Hey guys. So obviously tonight is New Year's Eve, and for me actually it is 11:48. So I've got like 12 minutes until 2017 comes in and a whole brand new year starts. So I thought I would kind of do a little bit of a year in review. We'll start off in January, which is actually, tomorrow. But a year ago tomorrow. My birthday is in January, and in 2017 I'll actually be finally turning 18, which is like a big jump for me. But of course, it was my 17th birthday, and 17 was still pretty big for me. I remember we went to this restaurant called Vincetta's, and they have hot dogs that are deep fried with cheese and wrapped in bacon. And I got my boyfriend to eat one, which was pretty great. So, my birthday is pretty great usually. Of course, this year I'll be 18. So, yay! In February is of course Valentine's Day, and in years previous I haven't really got to celebrate Valentine's Day with anybody that I really cared about. But this year I got to celebrate it with my boyfriend, and we went to Dave and Buster's, and he surprised me with this gigantic teddy bear that is almost the same height as me. I'm 5'2". This thing is probably like 4'9", so or 4'11", more like 4'11" actually. But I named him Val because it's Valentine's Day, and he has a. I'm looking over at him in the corner over there. He's got this heart that says "I love you" on it, and he's currently gardening my ukulele. So I was really happy about that, getting to spend Valentine's Day with someone I really care about. March actually kind of sucked. Of all the months, March was actually probably the worst for me. Um, we had to say goodbye to one of our cats, and most specifically, she was mine. So it kind of made it harder. Uh, it was right before Spirit Week, actually, and it just was not a good week leading up to anything. And so then I had to go into Spirit Week and pretend like everything was okay. And then, of course, then spring break happened, and yeah, not the greatest time at all. And I still miss her every day, so yeah. In April, kind of March and leaking into April, when we went on spring break, we went to Florida, and it was cool. It was kind of cool and kind of odd at the same time. But I had the choice of going to Florida with my family or going with the marching band. And the marching band goes to Disney, and I'm kind of happy that I didn't go with them. I mean, it's a toss up because I got memories with my family, but at the same time I missed some things with the band. But also, I wouldn't. My other three friends didn't go. I mean, my boyfriend and other friends went, of course, but it was mainly because my three best friends didn't go. So I don't know how much of a good time I really would have had, especially since hearing from Alvin how much bad stuff had happened. I was like, oh, okay. But we met up with them in Universal, and I got to show Alvin all around Universal and Islands of Adventure, and that was a really fun day because it was also the 29th, which, if anybody really knows us, the 29th is our anniversary. So it was really cool to be able to show him around. Oh, so that would be March, actually. Wow. That would be March. And then, of course, leaking into April, we were still in Florida. So I mean, March did suck, but there was also like one little bright day in there as well. So, but April, it's still, we were still in Florida, of course. And I mean, we were in Florida. Ooh, how much better can it get? And then later on in April, actually, they opened a movie theater, a movie theater over at our mall, and Morgan and I were actually going in to see about a job application that I had put in. Didn't get the job. And we walked in, and there was like this big special event going on, and we had no idea at all of what was going on. And so we walked in, and we go to ask the guy, we're here about job application and all this, and he's like, if you guys stick around, you can see a free movie. We were like, sure, we're not going to pass this opportunity up to see a free movie. Like, who does that? So, long story short, kind of, we ended up seeing Kung Fu Panda 3 and got free popcorn and free pop. I think I spilled the popcorn, which was kind of sad because it was like, no, we have this free event and I spilled the popcorn. But it was pretty great. Kung Fu Panda 3 is actually a pretty great movie. In May was a pretty good month. There was prom. And I recommend to anybody who is thinking of not going to prom that you get your butt in gear and you actually go to prom. Yes, it's expensive and there's a lot of things that go into it, but it's really worth it in the end. It's really a really good time. And there's dancing and there's food. I actually ate chicken for once in my life, and that's the only time that I've ever eaten it. I think that was a firework. Prom is just generally a really great time. And the next day, me and Alvin rolled out and went to a science museum in Detroit. And we had a really, really great time there. We actually got the whole planetarium to ourselves for like a private, like totally unexpected. There was nobody in there, and there was just, projected stars everywhere. And also in May, high school ended for all the seniors, which was really, really great. And then so leading into that, into June, we graduated! Yay! Class of 2016! Which was really great. Graduation was pretty great. I was kind of nonchalant about the whole thing. Like, I really didn't care, but now that I'm here and in college, I'm like, yes! Thank God. In July, it was my first time going into Canada, actually, which was a pretty fun time, and we didn't necessarily do too much, but it was just the aspect and feeling of being in a different country, technically, and how things were different. We went to like this Little Italy kind of place, which was pretty cool. Alright, so it's 3 minutes until the ball drops, so I'm gonna head downstairs and I'll be right back in a bit. And I'm back, and it's 2017! Woo! There's actually fireworks going off right outside my window. So I just came back from watching the ball drop, actually, and I ran back upstairs because I don't want to see all those random people kissing. So anyway, July I got my license. And yes, I get 17, get your license. Like, that's, should have got my license at 16, but we kind of just put it off, and can you hear all those fireworks? So then in August, we took a big road trip, which you can watch mine and Morgan's video about it. Me and my parents went to Tennessee for our family reunion, and then Morgan flew out to the Outer Banks, and she met us there technically, and we spent the rest of the time in the Outer Banks and then headed home. And then at the end of the month, I started school. I started college at Henry Ford, and it's a really weird experience. I really still don't know how I feel about college, but I do know one thing's for sure. I miss having all my friends there with me, which leads into the one thing about September, was I had to say goodbye to all my friends. Well, yeah, all my friends. In August, I had to say goodbye to one of my friends that I've had since 4th grade, roughly, because she moved to a completely different state. And then my friend Rachel, who's been in videos on here with me, is now 2 hours away, and then Sam and Rachel are a half hour away, which, you know, doesn't seem like much, but it's a big step and really different for all of us, and it's really weird. But yeah. In October is a toss-up of a month, I guess. For one, I'm pretty sure this happened before the other thing. I'm gonna be an aunt. That's why the month is a toss-up, because that was on my mind for the whole rest of the month, and it's still on my mind. I'm very just about everything about it. I really don't know how to feel. Still, I wrote a blog about it, so you can go read that instead of staring at my awkward face about it. But another good thing that happened at the end of October, Alvin and I celebrated 1 year together, which is a really big thing, for us at least. We were really excited, and we had the entire day together from breakfast until I went home at like 9:30ish. And it was just a really, really great day. Like, it was just a lot of fun to be with him all day. In November, I got a real job at Kohl's, which I say real because I have actually had 2 jobs this year, but we don't talk about the first one. We don't mention it because it's just not. Let's just go with it's non-existent. Kohl's is my first real job, so that's a really great thing. And I actually this month, December. Well, now it's January, so that's weird. So in December, I actually got offered a permanent part-time job, which I'm really happy about because I really, really like working there, and I hope I can keep the job for longer. And also, my sister had a photo gallery, and it was all her vintage type pictures, and she takes pictures of me, and her friends. She took pictures of my boyfriend and his mom, his aunt, and pictures of my mom. And it was really, really cool just to see all of her pictures up and hanging around and for a bunch of people to look at. And it was cool to see her in action, you know, answering people's questions and things about every picture. And then December, not too much really happened in December. So that kind of ties along with September, because not too much happened really. I mean, Christmas happened, which Christmas is always great. And it was also the end of my first semester at college. Goodness. Which was also really great because I passed with really, really pretty good grades, and I got a B in algebra, which has never happened in my life. So now it is 12:09. So it's already 2017, and I'm ready to see what this year has to throw at me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also check out mine and Morgan's YouTube channel, which is Monab Present, so I'll put a link in the description as well. And I guess I'll see you this year. Happy New Year, you guys. Bye.